them to remove me from my post as District Director of QCPD to pave way for a better and deeper investigation of this matter.
So there were exchanges of excess, no, between him and the Mr. Gonzales.
District Director may be premature to make a conclusion. He should not have conducted a press conference with the person concerned. He should have investigated deeper on the circumstances surrounding the situation.
The first lapse that I do admit to is allowing the person to join me in facing the media regarding the investigation that we are doing.
Well, hindi lalabas ng baril kagaya ni Willie Gonzales kung hindi siya psychologically, wala siyang problema psychologically. May problema ang taong iyan.
Sa kapagpalang araw po sa atin lahat mga kabayan, aminado nga itong si Police Brigadier General Nicolas Torre ng Quezon City Police District na nagkaroon ng lapses. Lumabas kasi na tila ba naging one-sided ang PressCon na nangyari. Kasama itong mayabang na driver, kinasahan nga ng armas at binatukan pa itong cyclista at pinabayad pa sa pangalan ni Mr. Wilfredo Gonzales na ngayon ay pinapalabas niya sa kanyang mga interview na tila ba siya na nga ang biktima. So dahil sa agad tinadtad ng batikos, itong si Police Brigadier General Nicolas Torre, agad na nga ito bumaba sa kanyang pwesto bilang direktor ng Quezon City Police District. Dahil tinadtad ito ng batikos at lumalabas kasi sa kanyang ginawang PressCon, mga kababayan, na parang siya na ang tumayo na abogado. Kung hindi nyo pa napanood, panoorin nyo po yung ating update. Parang siya na ang tumayong abogado at spokesperson nitong kapalmoks na si Mr. Wilfredo Gonzales. So hindi ito na gustuhan ng ating mga kababayan. Napansin agad ito. So tinadtad hanggang ngayon ay hinuhusgahan pa rin siya. Pero ganun pa man, napahanga ang ilang opisyal ng ating gobyerno, pamunuan ng Philippine National Police dahil may delikadisa ito. So hindi kagaya ng ilang opisyal ng ating gobyerno na bagsak na ang performance, napapahiya na, pinapanindigan pa rin ang kanilang pagkakamali at kanilang kasinungalingan. Kaya napahanga po tayo kay General Torre, mga kababayan. Kaugnay po dyan ay ikunento niya dito sa pagdinig sa House of Representatives kung ano ang kanyang lapses, ano ang naging problema sa nangyaring PressCon kay Mr. Wilfredo Gonzales.
Well, yung si Willie Gonzales, ano? So can you kindly give us some information about this?
Magandang hapon po. I came into my attention was called by the mayor of Quezon City regarding the video that Attorney Fortuna has shown, the cell phone video of the altercation between a cyclist and a motorist, wherein it was shown that the motorist drew his gun and cocked it in front of the cyclist. That was around noontime of Sunday. Upon viewing the video, I feel outraged and really very, very angry that it happened. I recognize the street to be Quezon Avenue in our territory. So I asked my people, my investigating units, to look for the person. That is, and together with that, I made a post which now look back is too strongly worded for the general public, stating actually that in toto, if I can recall it right, yari kang kalbo ka. Ang pinakamabuti mong gawin is sumurrender sa pinakamalapit na police station para hindi na tayo parehong mapagod kasi naplakahan ka naman eh. Alam naman namin ang plaka ng plate ng sasakyan mo at pakidala na rin ng baril mo para hindi ka na namin puntahan at napakadelikado naman na SWAT pa ang pupunta sa'yo because that is armed and dangerous. Yun ang aking text. True enough, 3:15, he appeared at my office at napakadali na siya ay nahanap ng aking mga kapulisan sapagkat siya ay dati palang pulis at criminal investigation and detection unit member na nag-retire noong 2016 and later on I found out na may lumabas na dismissal order sa kanya noong 2018. Unfortunately, during the interim from that 1:15 when I made the post and 3:15 when he arrived, media outlets picked up my text, my post on the video at humihingi ng aking comment. It's a Sunday, quite a lazy afternoon, and dumating ang mga media outfits doon sa Camp Karingal. Nang dumating yung si Mr. Willie Gonzales, ay nakita ng mga media na dinala ng aking mga tauhan dahil ang aking chief ng firing range ay dati niyang kakilala niya dahil ito si Mr. Gonzales pala ay gumagamit ng firing range dati sa Camp Karingal. So dinala siya sa aking opisina and I talked to him. That was mga around 3:15 and I talked to him until mga 4:04. At ang clamor obviously ng mga media during the time is they want to get my side at initially they want to get my comment na nag-focus na ngayon sa siyempre and sila ay understandably gusto nila makausap si Mr. Gonzales for his comments. I asked Mr. Gonzales if he wants to comment on that because at that moment he had been saying that he had already settled with the biker. And doon ko nalaman na meron pala, ang insidente pala ay August 8 pa. So I called the attention of my Traffic Sector 4 dahil ayun nga sabi niya, dinala sa Traffic Sector 4 at pagkatapos ay dinala sila sa Station 11 nung matapos ang traffic accident investigation dahil may lumalabas na RPC violation, specifically grave threats, alternating complaint to grave threats and malicious mischief and or reckless imprudence resulting to damage to property. On the hindsight, anyway, Mr. Chair, because of that clamor of the media, and I asked Mr. Gonzales if he wants to face the media. Before I asked Mr. Gonzales, I already made a decision to, when I saw that the media is already there, I told them to just, okay, I'll make a statement at around 5 o'clock. And now with the appearance of Mr. Gonzales, which during the time I consider to be under my custody because it was just around 30 minutes, less than an hour that we've seen each other and I've talked to him. I'm still assessing whether he is a suspect, whether he is indeed a suspect or already somebody who had already thrust out his problem with the person that he might have aggrieved. And thus I allowed him to join me in facing the media, which on the hindsight, giving us a perfect 2020 vision, I did regret, which we saw, and I saw the great backlash against me in the media. The reason why this morning I talked to my Chief PNP, to the RD and CRPO, and to the DSA of NAPOLCOM and the SILG, I asked them to remove me from my post as District Director of QCPD to pave way for a better and deeper investigation of this matter.
So, General, you resign?
I asked to be removed from my post as District Director of QCPD, Mr.
Tinanggap po
Your
ba ni
Honor.
Chief PNP yung inyong resignation?
I believe, sir, that he accepted it, and I asked, the only thing I asked him is maybe, sir, shoot the order, please, tomorrow at noontime so that I'll have overnight to clear my office and my quarters.
Okay. Napolcom Vice Chairman, I'll be asking you about yung action that was taken by General Torre with regards to the function of his position. What can you say about it? I mean, alam naman natin yung responsibility ng ni General Torre, no? But unfortunately, there were exchanges of texts, no, between him and the Mr. Gonzales. Can you kindly give some information on this committee with regards to the action that was taken by General Torre?
Thank you, Chair. The action of the district director may be premature to make a conclusion. He should not have conducted a press conference with the person concerned. He should have investigated deeper on the circumstances surrounding the situation, especially when the person concerned had been a respondent in many criminal cases, previously been dismissed in the service, although he was able to retire, but in as much as these are pending before his retirement, compulsory retirement, eventually he was dismissed. Had there been some prudence of trying to evaluate all of the facts that may have been happening before and during, then prudence would dictate that it should have been calibrated more and acted more with circumspect. He should not have taken sides at that point and review the matter altogether.
Thank you so much, Vice Chairman Bernardo. General Torre, I know you personally, no? I know you're a good person. Magaling kang general. But unfortunately, sometimes nagkakaroon tayo ng lapses. And palagay ko, isa sa mga lapses mo ito. We have to consider the feelings of our citizenry, no? Kasi sometimes ang ating mga kababayan, kapag naiipit sila, like for example, tayong mga public official, kapag tayo binabatikos na, sinasabi natin, wag natin pansinin yung social media, wala yan, ganyan-ganyan. But somehow, we have to be critical on this issue, no? This is the new norm, no? Ang people's participation in our governance. And we consider yung ating pong mga texts, mga messages, mga comments are part of the good governance that we are initiating in our government. And thereby, we have to be critical on this. And I must admit that I was a bit surprised that you have resigned in your position. But knowingly that if you do that, it is something that I can say na medyo sumasaludo ako sa iyo. Dahil you have seen the backlash that you have received from our citizenry. But of course, you have to accept also that there are some lapses on your decision. And we understand that. No, we understand that. We are only humans. And that's the reason why we have conducted a lot of hearings like this. Nabubuisit lamang kami kapag yung ating mga iniimbitahan dito mga resource speakers, abot hanggang langit yung kanilang pagsisinungaling at pagdedepensa ng kanilang sarili. You being a good general and have said something like this, I think we have learned something from this. At alam naman po natin that it has been decided also na i-revoke na yung kanyang LTO at yun din po sa kanyang car registration. So we will be asking also kung ano na po nangyari doon, General. Doon sa LTO niya, we have read that it is a 90-day suspension ba yun? 90-day suspension?
Sir.
So paano po ang process on that? Will it be a permanent or it will be under investigation first before finally rendering judgment?
Sir, Your Honor, after that was Sunday afternoon, weekend offices are closed, but I called up General Ken Lucas regarding the possible revocation and of his LTOP because when he presented it to Station 11, even though he left the gun at the behest of the station commander, because even though he presented the complete papers, LTOP, PTC4, and firearms registration, the station commander, Colonel Barilla, deemed it proper for him not to return yet the gun so that to ensure really that even if the tensions arise after they leave the station, they still don't have the gun with them, so that they will just come back for the gun when things really have cooled down. But Mr. Chairman, allow me to just get back to the statement of the Biseo and your statement. I thank you, sir, and I do agree with you that I had committed some lapses on that matter. That's the reason why it really fueled my decision to shield the organization and especially QCPD from the backlash in the social media that's been happening right now. And also, Mr. Chairman, if I may, I also let me express also my appreciation and gratitude to Attorney Fortune for helping us on looking for the real score on really what happened on this, because it happened under my jurisdiction, and the police is really asking all the persons concerned, whom we have information on this matter, to help us establish the facts and really if there's really a need to convict Mr. Gonzales of the crime that he may have committed. And for that matter, sir, if you may allow me, we have a clear picture, if Attorney Fortune will allow us, we have a clear picture of the CCTV camera, of the CCTV video that he just presented, the second video. And if it will be allowed, sir, I may submit it to the committee for perusal because this is
It is the same day,
the same video but clear
Clearer.
picture because
Okay.
this is directly taken at the monitor of Barangay Don Manuel during the time that the investigator accompanied the cyclist to actually point out to them the exact circumstances. So we can hear commentaries on the first video without we can hear the voices of the investigator and the cyclist without the captions. And then I deemed it, I believe that it will help us. I made a second video, same version, with the captions already incorporated. So
Lapses. Will you please elaborate on that? You mentioned earlier you have committed lapses. Can you elaborate on that?
the first lapse that I do admit to is allowing the person to join me in facing the media regarding the investigation that we are doing. It should not have been done, Mr. Chairman. It should not have been done, sir, Your Honor, considering that the other party is not present and he is about to assert that they had come into agreement, which at that time I have not processed fully, but now with perfect vision that hindsight accords us is really one-sided, considering that it's only him who had been speaking. I should have really exerted effort to locate the person. So that's really one of the major things that if given a chance to do again, I will do differently, sir, Your Honor.
And because of that lapse, that is the reason why you tender your resignation as the head of QCPD.
Yes, sir.
Sir Torre, sabi nila walang kasong may file, correct?
You mean, sir, on August 8th?
May grave threat, and at the same time, there was this reckless imprudence resulting to damage to property. And because of the agreement, as of this moment, there are no cases filed against Bandiola or against Gonzales.
Yes, Your Honor. On in as much as there are no complainants against any of them, we have not filed cases. However, upon the release, or when it came to our knowledge that the video existed on Sunday, I started investigating. And when I investigate, Your Honor, we decided to file a case of alarm and scandal against Mr. Gonzales, for basing on the video, and with the complainants, as the complainants are the investigator and the station commander.
So you are focusing on the CCTV that you are in your possession now, and based on that evidence you gathered through CCTV, you are contemplating in filing the case of alarms and scandal against this Willie Gonzales.
Not contemplating, Your Honor, but we had already filed the case yesterday on first hour on the opening of the offices, because Sunday is holiday and Monday is also holiday. When the offices or the prosecutor's office opened on Tuesday, we filed the case.
Okay.
And,
What made you decide to pursue the alarms and scandal against Willie Gonzales?
we decided to file the alarms and scandal, considering that we had found sufficient evidence to file it against him, because there's no need for a private complainant, and the police can stand in as complainant. And also, we are very cognizant of the. We also found later that the SILG has also expressed his opinion that alarms and scandal can indeed be filed. So we agreed and filed the case. Actually, Your Honor, based on the assertions of the other members of the people in social media, especially Attorney Fortune, we really thank him for bringing to our knowledge possible cases also of grave coercion against our police personnel, for forcing the person to pay 500 pesos or 800 pesos, whichever case may be. So
I'll cut you short there. Akala ko ba subject to voluntary agreement yung 500 pesos? Eh ngayon pala, pinilit siya.
that's the assertion now, sir. So that's why I placed on USB again, sir, the CCTVs that were installed in Station 11, and I am submitting it to the committee, sir, for further perusal and for your appreciation.
Okay, if you are now acting on it to file a case against Willie Gonzales for alarms and scandals.
We have already filed the case of
You have
alarm
already
scandal
filed.
yesterday, sir.
Will you please, for the sake of information, what are the elements of alarms and scandals?
Alarm and scandal, sir, is defined under Article 155 of the Revised Penal Code. Pardon me, sir, but I'm not a lawyer. But sir, that's punishing. That article punishes actions of anybody that may cause general alarm in the community, like tumultuous affray and many other that may strike fear on people, and that may strike also undue alarm.
And who advised you that case will be filed against Willie Gonzales?
We look at the circumstances within the video, and we deem it, we have contemplated and examined it, and based on our assessment, that alarm scandal can indeed be filed against Willie Gonzales, even
Aside
without.
from alarms and scandal, what other recommendations do you have in mind, General Torre?
If only we can convince the cyclist to file a case of
Aside from criminal cases defined by the revised penal code, any other recommendation do you have in mind, General Torre?
against Willie Gonzales, sir, is of course on his
What about recommendation for crafting, amending existing laws so that there could be stable peace in the Philippine streets, as they said?
as of the moment,
The-
sir, I may need additional time to think it over. And
So the suggestion from your one of the officers of QCPD or from lawyers only suggest a criminal case be filed against Willie Gonzales, but there is no advice as to what recommendations do you have in mind so that you can help in the future to avoid these incidents like incidents like this.
we have not yet. I have not yet thought about it. Your suggestion, I'll think about it, sir.
Okay.
And
You have
Expert.
using your length in service as PNP officer, you became a general. Probably you have 20 more years in experience as PNP officer. You know what is the manner, behavior, and you can read behavior of criminally minded people. So, in your own opinion, what do you think? Is this Willie Gonzales psychologically fit or not?
based on this demeanor, sir, Mr. Gonzales is, I think, 63 years old during this time. And based on this demeanor that afternoon when he came to me, well, I find no marked reason to actually suspect him of anything. And with his possession of a valid LTOP and PTC4, I would submit to the examination of the authorities that he had passed the requirements, the documentary requirements, to be able
Okay,
to
next
own and
question,
possess this
General
firearm.
Torre. Do you recommend the revocation or cancellation of the LTOF or the license to own a gun with regard to this Willie Gonzales?
Sir, we actually did recommend to General Kenneth Lucas of the FEO. I personally called him for the revocation of the LTOP, sir.
Okay, you recommended for the revocation of the LTOF of this Willie Gonzales. What is your ground?
Obviously, sir, what he did, based on the video, is a blatant violation of the requirement, the conditions set forth to all gun holders that it shall only be used for legal purposes. I don't see a legal ground for him to draw his firearm in that situation, sir.
So, may talagang may tupak si Willie Gonzales psychologically.
Based on the video, sir, I can say, sir, that he is really out of line
Okay.
at
Thank
that
you,
moment.
General Torre. Hopefully, the PNP can recommend this committee for crafting or amending the existing laws. Huwag niyo kaming bigyan dito ng kaso-kaso lang. Kasi yung kaso-kaso, alam niyo naman, ang penalty ng grave threat, ang penalty ng reckless imprudence, mababa yan. Arresto mayor, I think that's 30 days and 1 day to 30 days and 1 day to 6 months. Ibig sabihin, subject yan sa mandatory conciliation. Lupong tagapagmayapa, idaan mo pa yan sa barangay. Oh, so talagang mahirap yan. So titingnan natin kung may kaso-kaso dyan, probably they will scot-free again and again.
Yes, sir.
So ang
Agree, sir.
gagawin natin dito, you make recommendations, study any for future purposes, recommendations, kung ano ang dapat karapat-dapat nating gawin sa problema na ganito. One, yung road rage na yan. Yung may dalang barel, hindi lalabas ng barel, kagaya ni Willie Gonzales, kung hindi siya psychologically, wala siyang problema psychologically. May problema ang taong iyan.
Agree, sir.
Sigurado tayo dyan. Now, if the penalty is very low, still, madami pa rin kagaya ni Willie Gonzales na gagawa ng road rage incident na ganyan. So, taking a clue from our Chairman Fernandez, I think you have to submit, including the NAPOLCOM, for the amendments of the existing law, or if there is a need to craft another law, then you suggest. Kasi kayo naman ang may datos kung ano ang nangyayari sa lugar o area of jurisdiction ninyo. Ilang road rage incident ang nangyayari araw-araw. Kasi kung wala si vlogger, sino ba yung vlogger nito? Yung vlogger, kung wala siya, wala din ito. Walang dadampot sa problemang ito, because this is usual and this is a normal case in the Philippine streets. Nang nangyari lang, nadampot ng isang vlogger, naging viral, kaya nagiging subject for in aid of legislation, naging subject ng committee na ito.